What is up, my crypto legends? How is everyone doing? Hope you're having a fantastic day today. Let's analyze the situation here for Bitcoin, see what's going on. We had that massive drop yesterday, breaking out from this kind of symmetrical triangle. Let's analyze the situation right away. How is everyone doing, guys? Hope you're doing fantastic today. Let's analyze the situation here for Bitcoin. Let me go quickly through the comment section just to say hello, all right, before we go here through the content, okay? We had this kind of symmetrical triangle, this consolidation. Yesterday, we finally had that breakdown. I'm gonna explain why I think more pain is coming, why I do think that we could be retesting the lows here of $17,780, okay? Potentially in the next coming days. We'll be analyzing this situation right now, okay? Where can we pull back? Where do we have the strongest resistance levels? So make sure to stay tuned here for this live stream. We're going to go through the potential news events that we do have in between today and tomorrow, okay? We need to know at what time we do have some big newses, so we are well aware of that volatility if we are doing any trading. Let's go through the comment section. I got Seb, I got Joseph. Guys, thanks for joining the live stream. I've got my strongest moderators here, Seb and Joseph. Thanks, guys, for joining. Hi, Andy. I love you. Thank you for everything, says Hadi. Wow, absolutely phenomenal. Good morning, Crypto Legends. Keegan, I did not make any trading yesterday. No trading in between yesterday evening and today. No trading. So maybe you guys did take advantage of this kind of drop, but I didn't. Okay, there are some days that I do not trade. But we're going to take a look at some big scenarios here. Let's see if I do make some trading today with some different levels that we can see all together. Good morning, Legends, Mods, Andy, Pac-Man, how are you doing? Mr. Ribbles, good morning, Senior Man. Guys, please, let's pump that like button. Thank you, Mr. Ribbles, for the insane support. Andy, use your whale bags and pump price for us. Yes, we're probably going to have a relief rally, but I do think that the lows are going to be retested. The lows from the drop that we just made, all right? Potential bigger relief rally is possible, but we are very, very likely going to be retesting these lows at some point, okay? This is why we want to take advantage. Now, what we need to find out is, are we going to have a bigger relief rally before we continue down? Are we going to roll from these levels? This is why we need to talk about the biggest resistance zones that we do have above us right now. We slice through the weekly level and daily level here of $19,300 range. As you can see, this is going to be a huge resistance. The selling pressure just went massively here to the downside. as you can see, big spike in volume. Remember, now what we are interested in is what kind of retracement. Are we going to consolidate here with low volume while we hit 19,000, 19,200 and consolidate here with very low volume before we come down to retest these levels? We're going to analyze the situation, guys. There's major opportunities after this big drop with a large amount of volume. If we see the bulls getting exhausted in the next coming hours, you know, in between today and tomorrow, it's going to be incredible for shorting also, all right? But stay cautious, because relief rallies, we could have big relief rallies. I'm going to show you the strongest levels, all right, with volume, and also a daily, weekly level that we do have here at 19.3K. We're only $500 away, so we are well aware that we can either roll down from here, pump a little bit more, roll down, pump a little bit more, roll down. We are looking for these lows to be claimed. So all depending on what kind of strategy you do have, you can have, you know, you can enter a trade with a, you know, 0.25%, then add another 0.25% if you do pump, if you are pumping with very low volume. All right, this is the kind of strategy that I am going to use, all right, in between today and tomorrow. We're going to take a look at those levels. Good morning, Azed, how are you doing? Grant, hello. Andy, mods, oh, crypto legends. Hey guys, Bob, how are you doing? Travel Hazy, Andy, how are you doing? Irish guy, see a week of $100 up and down and not much else. I see a week of $100 up and down, potentially probably going to just range trade, all right, around these levels, all right, now for quite some time. Every time we have a pretty decent volatile move, we know what happens. We potentially are going to go sideways, all right, for a long time. This is why, I mean, long time, it might be 3 days, it might be 1 week, and this is how we want to take advantage of the market, right? If we start having that pumpy action, we are likely to come back down to retest the lows, and then we're potentially not going to break the lows. We might have another pumpy action, but overall, I think the trend in the next coming days will likely come down and retest the June lows below $18,000. I think that is the end goal, okay, of retesting the lows here from June, which is slightly below $18,000, right? We're just on our way. We're not far off from that level right now. We're just, you know, less than $1,000 away from retesting the June lows. Overall, we do know what happens once we get these spikes in volume to the downside. So we need to know, be aware that we are going to have some pretty nice opportunities. A V-shaped recovery from this range like that is just very unlikely. So let's try and range trade. After a major drop, we are range trading. After a major drop, we range trade. After a major drop, it's likely that we're going to range trade also. So let's try and find those resistance and support levels where we could get those nice bounces, all right, level to level, to get into those nice trading opportunities. And I will go through that right now in just 1 second, going through the comment section. I would love 13K Bitcoin. Me too. Grant says, I would love 13K Bitcoin. Me too. Let's just get it done with. Let's just drop to 13, 12, 10K like a lot of people are saying. You know, I think it is possible at this stage. You know, we're only about, you know, $7,000, $8,000 away from 10K, also from 12K, just a bit more than 6K. It's not that far off. Let's just get the job done. Go down there in the next couple of months, buy up some Bitcoin, and let's get ready for the next cycle, all right? In the next, you know, was it going to be 12, 24 months? Doesn't matter. Let's just ride the wave to the upside. Ride the wave to the downside, buying up, and let's ride the insane, massive wave to the upside in the next coming years. So, is it too early to buy? Is it too early to buy? Well, I'm buying at these levels. Below 20K, I am buying every single week, okay? Of course, I am leaving a big bag of USDT on the sidelines, okay? I've got USDC also. My biggest bag is on USDT. And I am going to be ready for you know, if we do go to 12K or 10K, just imagine, then I'm going to be unloading quite a lot of my USDT into Bitcoin and some altcoins. But overall, I am dollar cost averaging here at below $20,000. I like these price levels on Bitcoin. Did someone say pumpy action? Racing Pixel, thanks for joining the live stream. Yeah, let's get a move on, says Grant. Absolutely. Let's go. A game gap. Ragging bullish on Andy. Right, let's take a look. Morning, old fat shorty. How are you doing? Kabi, Andy, on a 1 hour chart on BTC, our bullish divergence. Let's take a look at the bullish divergence. This is why a potential relief rally is very, very possible. I don't pay too much attention here on bullish divergence on the RSI. Let's take a look at the RSI right away. But I don't pay much attention. We do have some slight bullish divergence, as you can see here. Higher lows on the RSI and lower lows on the price action. I think most of the people are very, very much aware of a potential relief rally here on Bitcoin. It could happen. I am pretty sure that we are very likely going to retest the lows here. These lows haven't been retested. Right there. Which lows? The lows here at $18,500. So this is just a relief rally. With the point of control at this moment from the volume traded in between yesterday and today is right now being big resistance. As you can see, we are seeing the exhaustion at this moment. We do have some big volume spikes. This is looking at the 5 minute, I would consider entering a short position, a very, very small one, 0.25 or 0.5%. And would be ready to add to my position. It's going to be looking for a swing trade or a day trade, depending how long it's going to take to retest these lows, right? Overall, this is like a relief rally situation right there where you are flattening out. There is a possibility and you can get some pumpy action here. But overall direction is retesting the lows here and actually breaking them to retest the June lows. It's just very, very likely to happen. We got massive, big volume here. Let me get RSI out of the way. Big volume spike here on the 5 minute. We start off right there. The close is at 19,300. So we do have that weekly and daily level. Why is it a weekly and daily level? Well, if we go to the daily chart here, let me just show you. We sliced straight through. And you might ask yourself, why did we slice through? I mean, the selling pressure was pretty intense. We got daily closes and weekly close right there at this level in between, at around about 19,300. We just sliced through. So, slicing through this range, it's likely to be resistance. We got big support level. We've finally broke it down after this consolidation. And, the projected move over this kind of symmetrical triangle, right? We've already met the projected move. It was a pretty decent leg down. You can see here bouncing resistance, support, lower highs and higher lows right there. The projected move here is getting the width of the back of this symmetrical triangle. As you can see, we actually, hit the target to perfection. That is the projected move right there. So, like I said, that relief rally is possible. Consolidation at this range. Overall, I'm looking for that retest of the lows here at some point. Just taking a look at volume here. This is likely to drop and retest the lows. We need to take a look at the DXY because DXY is looking, it's just looking insanely bullish. Even though we did discuss, is this an ascending wedge scenario right there? Let me just get another chart here on the DXY because we discussed yesterday. DXY is in an ascending wedge. Yeah, but an ascending wedge is an uptrend, all right? And ascending wedges can break up, especially when you are in a very, very aggressive uptrend here, as you can see. So, like I said, we have the cup and handle, which I think it's a more powerful pattern right there. There is a possibility that you break down here, but I think overall you'll be moving to higher levels, at least to the 112, 113, which is the projected move from this cup and handle, okay? Which would be, the whole width of the cup right there should be reaching this target range. Maybe in the next coming days. I would give it 1 week approximately, 2 weeks maximum. Maybe it might be before the end of the week we reach those levels on the DXY. Of course, this is giving a huge impact on Bitcoin. The S&P 500 is still holding this major level, the 3,900 points. Relief rally is possible as soon as the S&P drops below this support level of 3,900. It's very likely that we are going to retest the lows. All right, so I will jump into a trade here on the S&P 500. The reason why we're holding the range is basically of this support resistance. It's turning into support. We're also hitting, 618 fib level from the lows to the highs right there, from the ultimate low to the highs. That 61865 Fibonacci level is just holding the range. A relief rally is possible. If we do get that relief rally on the S&P 500, up to 4,000 points maybe, or even 4,050 points, I will be ready for shorting this level. I mean, that would be absolutely insane. I'm not sure if the S&P 500 will give us that opportunity for shorting, bigger relief rally at this range to have that continuation to the downside of this big, massive macro trend. Of course, I will jump into a trade if we do have a solid breakout, because probabilities in this being a resistance zone already after this breakout is just very, very high. The lows will be retested and potentially broken in the next coming weeks on the S&P 500. We're looking for the lows to be broken in the next coming weeks. So any relief rally on the S&P 500, I will be shorting, no doubt in my mind. Especially if we're getting close to 4,100, I'll be already adding to position here at 4,000, 4,050 if it were to have that relief rally. I'm looking for that swing trade here, a few weeks of swing trade here, and that will be done on Prime XBT. On Prime XBT, you can trade a bunch of different assets using crypto as collateral. Basically, you can trade S&P 500, you can trade oil, natural gas, Forex, using Bitcoin, Ethereum, or USDT as collateral. I use Bitcoin here because I try to accumulate as much Bitcoin as I can, trading different assets, and I'm looking to trade that S&P 500 for that short position to claim the lows here. Let's see if we do manage to get a relief rally, and that is when I'm going to start entering here, short position on S&P. DXY dropped last night, didn't it? Yeah, but Jamie Crow, I think DXY, it did drop, but yeah, it dropped a little bit. It corrected. It's consistently making higher highs. Now, it's very choppy price action, but it's still bullish. This is still in an uptrend, despite it's an ascending wedge. It's ascending, right? Despite it's an ascending wedge, it's ascending, so it's still going up. Bitcoin to $1, says Bitcoin Dogecoin. Hey, I'm not too sure about that. I'm not sure if it would go that low. 10K is in the cards. I will be buying some Bitcoin. I know a lot of people will be buying at 10K levels. Racing Pixel, thanks for the insane support. Joseph, also Seb. Dot analysis, please, says Mobile Buzz. Let's take a look at Polkadot analysis right away. Why not? Why not Polkadot? What's going on with Polkadot? I think this rings a bell. Were we talking about Polkadot yesterday or before yesterday on a live stream? Yeah, basically it's on its way to retest, the lows from July here at $6. Must have talked about this major resistance zone at the $7.80. It's on our way. We are on our way. This is likely to get broken at some point in the next coming days. We talked about this, big major resistance zone on Polkadot at $7.75. Approximately that big range of support resistance. This would have been the ideal short. First touch, guys. Remember, we talk about the first touch of resistance once we break out from a zone, especially want to see that, spike in volume from a breakout. Once you break out, you want to get into the first retest. So what would be the scenario here? We did get some pretty nice volume right there on Polkadot. This is looking at the 12 hourly. Let's zoom in on the 4 hourly. Absolutely phenomenal, beautiful. This is what I want to see in the next coming hours. Maybe in between today and tomorrow. We've got a big low level. Getting that reaction. This is a huge volume candle right there. As you can see, we're looking at the last, 2 to 3, 4 weeks even right there. We got one of the biggest spikes in the last 3 weeks right here that was formed yesterday in this drop. So if we do consolidate, if we do relief rally a little bit, and we finally break down this zone, I will be looking for that shorting opportunity just right there at the retest of this resistance zone. This is the $6.80, okay? $6.80 on Polkadot. Bounce, bounce, reaction right now. It does look like it is highly probable it's going to break down. The reason why is because you have big lower highs here. You're always making lower highs while you're retesting these lows. So this $6.80. So if you were to have that breakdown with a large amount of volume, this volume candlestick that we did create yesterday is going to be huge resistance. This is looking at the 4 hourly. So we are, I am looking for that continuation, confirmation breaking down with large volume, and continuation once we see the bulls retracing with very, very low volume. I am looking for that price action. This is exactly the same thing that what happened right over here. You have the resistance zone. You have one bounce at support here at $7.80 approximately, $7.75. And we do not get the bounce here because we already got the bounce there. So we're coming down, we're breaking down here. This is a shorting level right there to retest the lows. So basically, same thing I am looking for right there, level to level. We have an insane level here on Polkadot at the $6.80. As you can see, if we do manage to break down with a spike in volume, I'm looking for that retracement at this range with low volume to have that next move down here to retest the lows that we have created. So that would be the highest probability trade here on Polkadot, looking at recent price action. Can this level be defended? I think, yeah, it can be defended for a relief rally, but you know the deal. When I have a low being retested already, second time, I am not interested. I do not know if it's going to bounce or if it's going to break down on the second or third touch. You just don't know. On the first touch is where you have the high probability of that bounce, of that rejection or that bounce, right? On the first touch of that level, you can see here almost approaching a second touch. I do not know if you're going to, break up here because you might be forming a kind of a double bottom scenario right there. First test is the high probability trade scenario. Right, I've got a super chat here from Racing Pixel. How are you doing, my man? Thanks for the super chat. Asking for a friend, can you give your impression on ADA and to the community? Please destroy the like button. Racing Pixel, absolutely. Let's take a look at ADA right away. We did have a decent drop on ADA also. We were talking about ADA being at resistance yesterday. We talked about ADA on the live stream, okay? What did we have here? We had Fibonacci level. We were hitting 50% Fibonacci from the highs created on August, okay? The ultimate highs till the ultimate lows, also end of August, as you can see right there. Hitting 50% Fib level, which is a huge resistance zone. But not only that, we did create a big support also right there on the 9th, 10th of August, looking at the 4 hourly chart, exactly at 50 cent level. It's a round psychological number, 50 cent exactly, getting 1-2 rejections here, all right? And this is a decision point, right? This is a decision point because you are hitting resistance and you are possibly going to get rejected. Was there a possibility going up here to the 618 at 52, 53 cents? Yeah, there was a possibility, but you're already hitting resistance. You are coming from an aggressive downtrend here with high volume. You are retracing with low volume. So, there is high probability that you are going to roll down here from this level. Now, question is, where is ADA going? Where are we going to find the next opportunity trade on ADA? I'm going to go through that right away in just 1 second. Let me zoom out here on ADA. 1 second here. Tricky thing is that we are at point of control at this moment. ADA is at point of control from the volume traded the last 3 months. So little relief rally is possible. A small relief rally is possible. Overall, I think the lows are going to be claimed here below 40 cents. Lows are going to be claimed in the next coming weeks, I think, with high probability, especially if Bitcoin is going to come down to retest the June lows. The trading scenario here, there is a nice trade scenario on ADA. This is if we do retrace to this resistance zone at 48 cents, we are only 2 cents away. It's a big level. It is a big level here. Why is it a big level? We can see resistance and we can see support. So just check out, these are the kind of trading scenarios we want to look for. You got a decent 4-hourly level right there of resistance, as you can see on the chart. You got this wick here with a pretty large volume. This volume, there wasn't much volume on this breakout, but this resistance zone was tested perfectly as support to retest the highs. Then you had a swing failure pattern here. So we had the swing failure pattern also on ADA, giving you that, not a successful breakout. How can you detect swing failures? If we look at the 1 hourly, you can see if the bulls are attempting to break this high with high volume, okay, we got a high level right there. If we are attempting to break the high with less volume than the first previous high and swing failing it, you are likely to get rejected, at least to come down to retest these lows or maybe even break down. Now, ADA, let's see if we manage to get a bigger relief rally. Where to? If we get a relief rally to 48 cents, if we get a relief rally to 48 cents, guys, you know the deal. You know what I think. I think we are likely to get rejected and come down and retest the lows that we will create, that we have created or that we will create, okay? We do get that relief rally with low volume. This is going to be an insane trading opportunity, right? And I know it looks very obvious, but when it's obvious, it happens, many times. You can see a resistance right there, getting that consolidation. We break up. Oh, does this mean that this level is going to get bounced and retest the highs? Yes, it happened right there. Why wouldn't it happen right here? So yeah, if we do get that relief rally, it's only a pump of 2 cents. That would be a high probability trade. We've got big volume here showing us that lower is likely, that the bearish trend is gaining in power. So yeah, that's my take on ADA. We're looking for those trading opportunities. There's a short opportunity if we were to get that relief rally. You got an insane short level right there. The possibility of creating a relief rally is very, very high at this level. Why? Because we are at point of control from the volume trade of the last 4 months. This is looking from May. Last 4 months almost right there. We are at point of control. A relief rally is possible. If it happens, I'm looking for that roll down, okay? I mean, this is with a bit of leverage, you can make some insane gains with this, okay? We got a potential high probability trade on ADA of 5%, okay? You're using a 10x, that is a 50%, that's a 50% gain. If you're using a 20x, that's a 100% gain. This is the trade that I would be looking for. I'm actually going to put an alarm there, an alert. It would be ideal to get low volume on the pump, very low volume, and a small reaction here at this level. And yeah, that is the level I'm going to jump in if I do see that reaction on ADA at 48 cents. I will be taking that trade on Bybit. If we were to hit that 48 cent level and have low volume, I don't want to see a big spike in volume on the retracement, because that's showing me that the bulls are having power. You can break the resistance zone. This is why you need to wait. You need to see how the volume you're approaching with what kind of volume here. Because if you have a big spike in volume, something like this, you want to be well aware, especially if it's larger than the one that we've had from the drop, because you could break through and have a V-shaped recovery. Low volume, low moment, okay, below bullish momentum here with low volume. is going to give you that high probability trade where you are going to get exhausted. So that is my take here on ADA at 48-cent level. I've got an alarm set right there, and I want to wait to see what kind of volume we do have hitting this zone. If volume is well low from this massive price action to the downside, high volume range, it is a high probability trade scenario. Now, let's see if we do get that relief rally. Okay, let's see if it does happen. Bitcoin on the verge. I mean, this is just does look like it's going to roll down here to retest the lows. I think there's a high probability that we're coming back down to 18,500. High probability here. Oh, I mean, the bullish volume is so sad here on Bitcoin. We're hitting resistance levels on the VPVR. We're actually at point of control approximately. From the volume traded in between yesterday and today. We've got big spike in volume right there. Yeah, I'm actually going to consider shorting this. I'm going to consider shorting this right away. Yeah, so that's my take on ADA. I will be doing that. I'll be trading that scenario. If we do get that relief rally, I will be trading that ADA scenario on Bybit, guys. Remember, Bybit does support ADA and a bunch of cryptocurrency. They have it on the USDT perpetual. Remember, you got up to $4,550 worth of bonus, okay, guys, that you can claim at the rewards hub once you sign up in just less than 2 minutes, okay? No KYC is required if you're moving a volume of 2 Bitcoin per day, something like that. So you can sign up in less than 2 minutes. At the rewards hub, you can claim up to $4,550 once you sign up with a link in the description for your trading on Bybit. There's another way to support the channel, of course. Bitcoin staying above 17K or 18K, it's strong. Staying above 70K, yeah, potentially yes. There is a scenario on Ethereum. We haven't done analysis on Ethereum, but this is a chart that I did see somewhere, okay? A potential scenario that could happen on Ethereum here. Basically coming down to retest, all right? This is a textbook kind of setup, all right? Where you have all of the different emotions. You have panic, you have anxiety right there because you don't know if you're going to get above a major resistance zone, which is the $1,700 range, okay? And you right now potentially we're going to start getting into a stage where people are just going to get extremely bearish and think that we are going to break down below $1,000, going to 800, 700. And I think there is a possibility, we're still well off here, that this kind of scenario can happen on Ethereum. Let me just quickly, explain to you. We are currently just at this range. We can go lower to around about 1,200. I would expect a big bounce on Ethereum at around about 1,200, 1,250. I think this kind of pattern can happen. A lot of people are going to give up on this correction. If Ethereum, there is a possibility that we maybe not going to retest the lows. One of the main reasons why is because we have an insane resistance created that will be turning support here, which is at 1,250. I think I would consider longing this level. Okay, definitely protecting my position once I am in profit. Taking profits also, but overall protecting position just in case this big bounce doesn't play out to claim these highs. Also, it would be round about, the 618 Fibonacci level, okay, from this pump, round about 1,250, round about this range, right? It's the 618 from this pump. We know 618 is an absolute beauty Fibonacci level here for potential bounces. We got big value area high from this trading range on the VPVR. We've been trading here since the 14th of June, till the 15th of July. So that's over 1 month. This is looking at the daily chart. So if we take a look at 4 hourly, huge resistance level. I will consider, I think we're going to get a bunch of liquidity below these higher lows, bunch of liquidity grab right there. This range is going to hold very, very nicely. We've got massive VPVR, at least for a pretty nice big relief rally for a few days once we hit 1,250. Yeah, I'm looking for that kind of setup here on Ethereum. Looks very, very nice. Very, very nice. 618 also is something that is giving me confidence. The big volume spike. 1 month of trading volume right there. We got the high, value area high. Yeah, it's going to be looking pretty good for a long here at 1,250. We'll be very, very paying close attention to that level on Ethereum. Racing Pixel, thanks for the super chat. My portfolio is so low, Bybit said I had to give them a $5 bonus for them to accept me. Seb, you are insane. Hi Andy, you are the best, says Thomas Muster. Wow, thank you very much for that insane comment. What coins are you accumulating on this market, says Christodolus. I'll be telling you right away. Coins that I'm accumulating in this market. I am buying some altcoins. I am buying more Bitcoin and Ethereum, I got to say. Accumulating at these levels. I'm not buying much altcoins yet because I do fear that we are potentially going to go lower. But if you want to know the ones, Metis is an insane L2 project that I do think has a pretty bright future. An L2 solution for the Ethereum network. I think these are really, really nice. I do think that Metis is one of those crypto projects that will be very successful in the next bull run. Metis DAO, L2, this is Matic 2.0. Matic network is insanely busy. A lot of, they do support all of the ERC20 coins. It's much more cheaper, of course. It costs less than 1 cent to do transactions. Metis DAO is also achieving this, all right? And there's going to be room for many L2 solutions, right? Because Matic network also gets clustered, right? So there's going to be more L2 networks joining in the next coming couple of years, to support that the Ethereum blockchain. I know the merge is coming, but I'm not too sure nobody really knows how successful the Ethereum merge is going to be. Will it be successful? Is security going to go down? Will it have fast transactions? Nobody really knows how this is going to happen, all right? So there is room for L2s, and Metis DAO is one of them. They have an insane team, working project every single week. They have different news events coming out and different developments. It's one of those cryptos that I strongly believe. This is a 20x kind of project for the next bull run. I'm not going to say 100x because it's a mid-low cap coin, but I think this one, if you're looking for that 10-20x project, yeah, this is easily a very much achievable one in the next bull run, in my personal opinion. Okay, we got Saito also, Web3 project. I think it's also going to be very, very good. Saito is one of them that I'm also buying up. It's currently at 1 cent. I do see this one going to 20-30 cents easily in the next run. Insane project also, great team, getting absolutely destroyed like most of the altcoins, so it is what it is. Unibright is also a good one. Chainlink, of course. So yeah, these are, but mainly Bitcoin and Ethereum at these levels, because in between to this year and next year, can the recession get more intense? We do know the current, situation with the gas, energy crisis in Europe. We've got massive interest rates. Inflation needs to come back down to 2%. All of these different tools to bring down inflation back to 2%, it's just going to bring a big, massive, economic crisis, by next year. Of course, markets coming down, Bitcoin and crypto included. So I'm just dollar cost averaging a little bit at the moment because I do see lower levels. Andy, LDO short or long, says Hamid. Let's take a look. Sup Squash, how are you doing? Andy, BNB is so important for market price. Check it. Right, let's take a look at LDO first and BNB afterwards. LDO, pump or dump. I have no idea what this crypto project is. LDO. Lido DAO. I have no idea what this is. Let's see if we do have mile price data here on Binance. Had a pretty nice summer rally. I do think this one is on the verge of a pretty decent correction. Yeah, this is likely to go down. Huge distribution event. I mean, this is textbook distribution. You could arguably discuss that this is a kind of a head and shoulder scenario right there. It has been broken. Right? You can do this, do that. Yeah, this isn't exhaustion, but this does look like Bitcoin back in May of 2021. Exactly. Clear distribution right there. Oh. Shorting these highs, it would have been the deal. Would have been the deal on LDO. I think lower is likely. These lows are going to be retested in the next coming days with high probability. Absolutely, no doubt in my mind. Of course, there is always a little bit of doubt. We're only looking at probabilities, but the exhaustion is there on this. Massive exhaustion. Overall, yeah, this is likely to come down to $1.56 in the next coming days, potentially. You can see the roll down, right? Roll down, the roll down, the roll down. Overall, this is getting exhausted, and we're having selling pressure, much more selling pressure than buying pressure. Volume is red. The volume is red. We're going to take a look at LDO here for a potential day trade scalp scenario, or maybe a small swing trade. This doesn't look bad. Let me just check if it can be traded on Bybit. Probably not. It can probably not be traded on Bybit. Oh yeah, LDO can be traded on Bybit. So let me just take a look at LDO here. I just want to pull the chart here on Bitcoin. 1 second. From May, guys, just so you can see the distribution event right there. Let's get Bitcoin here on Bitstamp. Go to the daily. Zoom out. It's just mirroring. It's a kind of a mirror, right? This is LDO. The month of August. Wow, absolutely insane. Check out this. And, whoever doesn't know what a distribution event is, it's basically when the whales are selling at the top. You're having slight breakouts of the all-time high, and they are planning to make you FOMO because you are in an uptrend. But because of those small breakouts of the all-time high, they are planning already to, sell the market. They are selling at these spikes, right? You have a distribution event. This is why this kind of choppy action, slightly higher highs and slightly higher lows is, the smart money is selling at the top. They're not buying these breakouts. So basically, this is what happened to Bitcoin in May, right? Clear distribution event right there, right? Creating those slightly high highs. This is the moment I sold 25% on my portfolio. I actually made a video on that. It must have been on the 28th, 30th, 1st of May, around that area. You can check it on the channel, talking about this distribution and saying, guys, I'm out. I'm out 25% of my entire portfolio. I should have sold more than half or all of it after this huge drop, because it was a scenario. It wasn't certain it was going to happen, but it was, it was an alarming scenario. So what's happened here, basically on LDO, you got that same kind of distribution event. You look at this phase one right there. You got 1, 2, 3 spikes. You got 1, 2, 3 spikes. You got the correction, losing the last higher lows. And this is the moment you want to step in a trade, okay? When you are retracing up, this is the moment you want to start thinking of a short at this level, just right there. Same scenario. You want to start thinking of shorting right there once you see this pattern. Now, yeah, this is likely that it's going to come lower, and we're going to go through that in just 1 second. But yeah, massive distribution here. Same kind of scenario. Now this one was more aggressive to the downside. We're having a little bit of, a little bit of resistance here. But these lows are very, very likely to be claimed, right? This is the first phase. So even the $1.30, let me just get the Bitcoin chart out of the way right now. Arguably discuss head and shoulder scenario kind of thing with an ascending neckline, right? This kind of scenario. These lows are likely to be claimed on LDO. Where would I enter a short position on LDO? Right now? No. Well, we've already had that drop. So these lows will be claimed likely in the coming days. After claiming these lows, you might get a small relief rally, but overall, I think the $1.30 on LDO will also be claimed. So let's take a look at the 1 hourly chart. How can I take advantage of this scenario on LDO? How can I take advantage? If we are going to go lower, I don't want to short the low right there, just in case we do get a relief rally, and then I'm kind of trapped and I'm not sure if to, close position or not. Emotions start kicking in. The most intelligent thing to do would be waiting for a relief rally. Now, it's going to be a little bit hard. We might just have that continuation. Ideal level for a potential short would be this range over here. So if you do get that small relief rally on LDO all the way to $1.95, almost $2, if you do get that volatility and that kind of reaction, stop loss here above at least the 7-8 Fibonacci retracement from the highs here to the lows, right? So your ideal scenario of entering a trade would be in between 3.8 and 6.18. So that's in between 195 and 2.5. Do get that volatility and attempts to go to higher levels. This is just going to likely be a lower high, and that is where you want to enter. Let's see if that relief rally will happen. We just need to wait patiently. I'm actually going to put an alarm here exactly at $1.95 to see how we react. Get that message on my phone to see how LDO reacts to this level. Let's take a look at VPVR to see volume. This is giving us more confidence in shorting that level. Why? Volume traded the last 2 weeks approximately. We do have the point of control exactly at $2. So you could hit 195 and not get too much resistance right there. You could get 1 wick or 2 hitting point of control at $2. That's already hitting 50% of this drop. If you do approach that level right there, Fibonacci level, point of control on LDO, getting low volume also on the retracement, it's going to be a very, very decent short opportunity. The probabilities and having the continuation that back down to retest these lows from August at $1.60 approximately, it's just very, very high. You are rolling down here. You are also rolling down. We've lost the higher low structure. Just check out here for the last 5-6 days approximately, where we have been having, higher lows, higher highs. We have uptrend structure, massive exhaustion right there, small distribution event here on the 1 hourly, slightly higher highs, getting exhausted. You have the sign of weakness. You have the confirmation of weakness right there. What is the confirmation of weakness? Losing the higher lows from the range here the last few days. Higher low, higher low, higher low. This is the higher low range. We lost it with decent volume just yesterday. So you know, we're definitely looking for lower. These lows, we are looking with high probability that they are going to be claimed. So there are two scenarios here. There's the risky scenario on LDO, which is short now, because you are potentially going to consolidate and just have a leg down. It's like shorting here, right? It's like shorting here to look for the lows to be claimed. You kind of know that these lows are going to be claimed once you lose the last higher low, right? Look at this. Look at this scenario here, just to give you that explanation on why there's a high probability trade here. You basically lose the last higher low. This was back in August. There's a higher low on LDO here at $2, $2.05, right? You're kind of in an uptrend, slightly higher highs, but you are creating higher lows. Look at once you lose the higher low right there, pretty aggressively right there. Once, you know, you have two options, because you know that potentially with high probability you're going to claim these lows. You either short right there, looking for the lows. You're going to be in negative maybe for you know, a couple of days, or at least one day. But look how we retest the last higher low, which is this one. You come up to retest it to perfection once you lose the last higher low. Bang, you test it to perfection. Where are you aiming? You're looking for the lows to be claimed. You are looking for these low levels to be claimed. That's the take profit level. You break down a little bit here, but then, you know, you need to take profits. Look how quickly we came back up. So that is the same scenario. Same scenario. You got slightly higher highs, exhaustion. Slightly higher highs, exhaustion. You lose the last higher low. You lose the last higher low range. You're breaking down. You at this, you exactly, I mean, look at the price action. The price action is almost the same. This choppy price action on the 1 hourly is exactly the same as this one. So, I mean, like I said, there are two options here looking at LDO. We either drop from here, or we either get that quick leg up above $1.95 range, maybe, and then get that leg down, you know, in the next couple of days. As you can see here, also looking for the lows to be claimed on LDO. I mean, I like to take a look at the, you know, full analysis and potential setups here, because it's important. It's important to explain here what has happened and what, you know, and a potential same scenario could happen right there. So yeah, bear, says Joseph. Buhabendra, hello, how are you doing? ETCTA, please. Could price around $12 be the bottom? I'll take a look at ATC right away. Chris says, I am probably putting a gamble long for now and take profit at $1.48 and short, says Chris. Is that on 48, on ADA? I can see ADA. You know, we're talking about that relief rally on ADA. It is true that we are at big support right now. This is why we are getting a reaction. Can it bounce to 48 cents? I think so. But like you said, you know, stay cautious. You could consolidate and continue down here. So longing here is very risky. You're basically longing the massive drop. It is true that there is support, right? We've got support here. A lot of volume traded. My highest probability trade here on ADA would be this scenario, right? That would be an absolute beautiful scenario. This would also be a 5-0 trade scenario, right? It would be a 5-0 trade scenario. Let me just quickly go through here harmonics. Right there. I think this would be a 5-0 scenario where you are likely to hit 50% Fibonacci. If you hit 50% Fibonacci from this drop, you are highly probably going to move that leg down. What is a 5-0 harmonic pattern scenario? Let me just show you here right away with harmonics. 5-0 trade scenario. Basically, it is this one. I mean, 50% Fibonacci from this high of 51 cents all the way down here. Yeah, 50% Fibonacci is exactly 48 cents. So you got big resistance. You got 50% Fibonacci. You got a potential 5-0 pattern. What is a 5-0? What the heck is this? 5-0 is a harmonic pattern. Once you hit 50% Fibonacci, you are likely to continue down, especially when you got large volume on the move down. And there's a high probability trade here. 5-0 trade. 5-0 is this one right here. Let me just get the 5-0 pattern. There it is. This is the 5-0 pattern harmonic. You could hardly see it there. Right, so you got this low on looking at the 1 hourly, you got this low, you got this high, correction all the way down here, almost hitting 50% Fibonacci, you know, 382. This is not that important. Then a slightly higher high, and then you have the move down here to 0.88. You know, we got 0.88 here, touching right there from low to high. As you can see, 0.88 right there. Fibonacci level. So this is why you're getting a reaction. I mean, I wouldn't get into this bounce. I would get into this short though. There it is. This bloody hell. Oh, you can't see it big. I want to get this 5-0 pattern out so you guys can see it. But I can't. But anyway, you get the deal. 5-0 pattern here, harmonic, is this one. And at D point, which is 50% Fibonacci, you want to sell the market, basically. You're basically hitting the A point, right? Which is right over here. In this case, it's B because I got the X from here, but the X should be from this point, as you can see. So you got a, 5-0 potential pattern if you do hit 48 cents. Not only that, of course, I wouldn't trade just based on harmonic. I'm trading based on confluence also. So if it's just a random harmonic somewhere where I do not see any confluence, I'm probably not going to trade it. But we got the 5-0 pattern here, right? That if we do hit 50% Fibonacci, so you're hitting 50% Fib, you also got the resistance zone right there that has been support. So you're adding confluence, and not only that, you have volume confirmation. Volume confirmation. This is absolutely insane. We are confirming that we've lost this 48 cent major support level. And if the price action comes all the way up to this range, 50% Fibonacci from the drop, you got a high probability trade there, right there on ADA. Extremely high probability on the relief rally. This is the 1 hourly chart. This might happen today. It might happen in 2 days. We might not even retrace there. We might just continue down to retest the lows here of 40 cents. But if it does go up there, if it does go up there, that is the thing. As a trader, I do not know where the price action is going. I am waiting patiently for a big zone here. How do I know that, if I'm not going to trade this, if I do not like this trade scenario on ADA, it's going to be because we have large volume on the pump. If volume is extremely high while we're hitting 48 cents, I'll be very, very aware of trading this short. I want to see very low volume hitting that level. So let's see if it does happen. Let me go through the super chat. Tahonas, thank you for the super chat, my man. Hey Andy, please have a look at CRV, currently in a short. Okay, let's take a look at CRV right away. You are currently in a short position. Let's take a look at CRV right away. Super chat, amigo. Thank you. I got another super chat from EOS. So I've got CRV and I got EOS from Chris. So can you take a look at EOS for a potential short? Absolutely. ADA is the one. ADA is the one. Look at this. Oh, I mean, I love volume breakdowns. You know, volume moves to the downside with, you know, massive price action to the downside. Big volume. In this case, 50% Fibonacci retracement on ADA to the exact cent here. You're hitting 50% from a major drop with high volume to the exact cent, and you are coming down to retest the lows. You are coming down to retest the lows. It happens. It happens a lot. It does happen a lot. So if we've had that breakdown, I mean, the ideal scenario would be start coming up from this range. I don't want to see multiple tests of the low here and then the move up, even though it will still be highly probable that it will happen. But this is what we're looking for, guys. We're looking for that relief rally. We've broken a major zone with large volume. We retrace with a low volume. I mean, we're going to get rejected from this point with very high probability. Let's take a look at EOS right away. For my man Chris. EOS has got to be one of the worst cryptos for me. Sorry, I mean, one of the worst cryptos for technical analysis, for performance in the bull run. We are actually below the C19 crash back from 2020. It's absolutely insane. I do see EOS potentially claiming the lows that we created here in July. Of course, that might take a few weeks. It might take even a couple of months. We are getting rejected from the bear market lows. Basically, we got bear market lows here, December of 2018, March of 2020. Massive big breakdown, big rejection right there. The lows haven't been claimed yet. I think there's a high probability that these lows will be claimed in the next coming weeks. So if we take a look at the 4-hourly chart, I mean, there is something good about EOS. Yeah, this trade scenario did not play out. We just about, we retested this high volume range. This is a trade pattern that we are talking about, trade setup that we talk about now for the last couple of months, which is volume breakout, okay? Big spike in volume, but this is why some altcoins are just this strategy has less high win rate. On Bitcoin and on Ethereum, they have much more higher win rate. Altcoins are more volatile and it's more manipulated. So, but we did get that small bounce right there from the range. We probably hit 50% Fibonacci from the drop. So as you can see here, from the high to the low, 50%, almost 618, which is already a take profit. I always say 618 is a take profit zone and a protect position. Of course, a lot of choppy action. We finally broke down from this range. Not much to say on EOS. Basically right now on EOS is getting very strong supported from these highs of May. Right, these highs of May, there have been resistance, a little bit of volatility here. I mean, this is what I don't like. Pump, come back down to the lows. Pump, come back down to the lows. I don't like EOS for technical analysis. It's just not very, very volatile and choppy action. Every time it pumps or dumps, it comes back to that start of the pump zone, right? Which is absolutely insane. It's crazy. If we did break down from this zone, which is an insane strong level, I'm talking about here on EOS, the $1.40. Highest probability trade. Now we're bouncing too many times from this level. Will it successfully bounce and come and retest the highs? I'm not too sure about that. What I do know, if I want to look for a high probability trade, we've already bounced once here. We're coming back down. Double bottom, I'm not too sure. Markets are looking very, very bearish. If it does break down from this low, that is the moment I would be looking for a short. Because you are likely to create a lower high. Check out the $1.40. It's been a big resistance zone. Big level. A little bit of volatility right there. But being respected here every single time. You know, slightly dipping below $1.40. If it dips below with a large amount of volume, you are looking for that lower high. You are looking for the lower high scenario here if we break down. So I would be looking for that on EOS for a potential trade setup. Let's take a look at guys. Oh, without asking the people to smash up the like button, guys, destroy the like button. 380 people watching. We can get to 300 likes in less than 10 seconds. I am sure. I am really sure we can get there. Guys, if you are new, make sure to subscribe. I do daily TA on Bitcoin. Also take a look at cryptos here on live streams. Right, let me go here through to Honers. Hey Andy, please take a look at CRV, currently in a short. Let's take a look at CRV here right away and see if this short has high probability in having continuation to the downside. Very important. It looks pretty good here to go to lower levels. CRV, wow, this one got insanely hit. Curve Dow, right? Or Curve Finance. Let's take a look at the 4-hourly chart. This one kind of made a bump and run scenario, right? Where you having these lower highs, you have the capitulation drop, you break resistance, and you come up to retest the highs. Pretty nice bump and run scenario right there. Get this trend line out of the way. Now, of course, we've broken uptrend structure. Very nice uptrend structure, getting very choppy here, losing the momentum, finally breaking down. This is, for me, a continuation kind of pattern. This is likely to break down. So if you are in a short, you are basically you basically have high probability, or depending on where you're shorted. I guess it must have been around about $1.17 or 16 cents. I guess if you are in a short, at these highs. You are likely to break down the lows here in the next coming days. Looking at the 4-hourly trend at this moment, looking at the last couple of weeks, is down. You're creating lower highs. You've broken out of higher low scenario. I mean, this is it's absolutely insane how sometimes market structure is all you need. All you need is market structure. You know, fib levels, volume, of course, is important, but just check here in between, you know, July and August, how you are creating higher highs and higher lows, right? Higher lows and higher highs, looking at the 4-hourly. Once you break this structure and get below the last higher lows from this uptrend, check out how this is resistance. It's absolutely insane, absolutely crazy. You break the structure. I mean, this is why, I mean, trend lines are just a guide. They're just a guide, basically, to know where, you know, the trend is, right, in major levels. You can see here that you are losing the higher lows. So you are shifting the potential trend. The highest probability trade, right, is right there. Right over here. Okay, and this is what you want to look for. Look at this support level at $1.23 on CRV, getting that resistance after you break the last higher low to perfection to claim the lows. Absolutely golden. This is absolutely golden. Now, what is likely to happen here is that we are going to have, you know, continuation to the downside. You could arguably discuss, you are forming a kind of symmetrical triangle. You are likely to break down. Why? Because you are in a downtrend for the last few weeks. symmetrical triangle, continuation pattern if you are pushing down. So I would say if you are shorting from the highs, stay cautious, protect position. If you want to short, you are likely to have this breakdown in continuation to the downside. I do see CRV hitting 80 cents in the next coming days, potentially having that small continuation after the insane summer rally that we had. We are likely to have a push down here on CRV. Protect position though if you are shorting from a high level, because if this high is going to be claimed and it's going to be failed, you will have time to see that exhaustion. You will have time to jump into a short. But just in case you do get a pump, I would protect position to Honas. Overall, I do think another leg down is likely. We could get kind of supported from this range. You could get that volatility. It's been big resistance, 80 cent, 82 cent, big resistance turning into support. You have that leg down, you're likely to get supported. Now, if you take a look at Fibonacci levels, you know, this would be around about the 618 also. 618 level right there. From the lows to the highs, 618 it's at 89 cents. 78 would be at 80 cents. Slightly below 80 cents. Around about that range, you could break down and start getting support from this zone. A little bit of volatility between 618 and 78. I would stay cautious on that. But the move down is highly probable. 80 cents, 85 cents is a target range on CRV with high probability. So yeah, BTC would be 10k. Tahonas, you're very welcome, my man. Thanks for the super chat. Thanks for the support. Got some more. I got Rico saying, Andy, thanks for the super chat, my man. Andy, can you take a look at Sand for me? Let's take a look at Sandbox. The Metaverse project. Metaverse got destroyed also. There was a lot of hype. With Metaverse. And it got crushed. Metaverse got crushed insanely in a big downtrend. Lower highs. Descending triangles, breaking down. We are starting to go a little bit sideways here. But not much to add here. We are likely to claim the lows from June 18th. The lows from June, 75 cents. We are on our way to claim those lows. This is looking at the daily. Let's go to the 4 hourly. Yeah, it's going to happen in the next coming days. Broke uptrend structure right there. Bang, bang. Just forming these kind of small bear flags. Back down. Bear flag down. If we zoom in. We want to look for scalping opportunities. I mean, let's look for scalps. Overall, the trend is down. Let's try and take advantage of... just take advantage of the trend and those relief rallies. So if it does manage to relief rally all the way up to about 91 cents, I would say in between 90 and 92 cents, we've got a huge zone right there. So just to keep it simple, massive market breakdown structure. This is on the 1 hourly chart looking at Sandbox. It might take a couple of hours to hit this resistance zone of 92 cents. I mean, this is only a 3-4 cent pump. It's not much. It's going to be a quick pump. If we do retrace to that major zone right there, and this is as easy as it gets, guys. Look at this, right? You can have a quick example right there. Bang, bang, bang. This was exactly $1. Nice round psychological number. Where did we exactly hit? We hit 0.999 cents after a breakdown with okay volume. It's larger than the rest of the volume. Retracement here to this high. had a very low volume, it was a high probability short to claim the lows. So what you are looking for here is trend continuation. We are looking for that trend continuation. We need to be patient for those relief rallies with low volume, right? I mean, it happened here. It happened here, breakdown, retest, back down. Why wouldn't it happen here? Retest, back down. It happened here. Why wouldn't it happen here when this time you even have higher probability? Why? Because you got larger volume on the breakdown. You got larger volume on the breakdown. You got volume spikes here at this level. Boom, red volume spikes. The green, there's no green big spikes on the volume. This is a very, very tiny one. So yeah, you are likely to get rejected here in between 90 and 92 cents once that relief rally happens to claim the lows. And this is on the 1 hourly. This might take a couple of days. It might take a couple of days to reach your target. But you have a high probability trade if you retrace here on sand to 92 cents. Overall, the lows of June are likely to be retested at 75 cents. I'm looking for these lows to be claimed at some point in the next coming weeks, maybe days. So yeah, that's going to be it. Looking at Sandbox. Sandbox also can be traded on Bybit. I'm going to put an alarm on Sandbox also. USDT perpetual on Bybit. Putting an alarm right there at 90 cents to see how you're going to react at that level if we have pumped with low volume, so I can get ready for a potential trade scenario. Remember, you do get an insane bonus on Bybit. It is up to 4,550. You also get 0% maker fee for 30 days. Maker fee, you do not pay for 30 days, which is absolutely insane. So basically no fees. And you can claim a lot of these bonuses, okay, up to 4,550. There are different tabs at the rewards hub. You need to follow the steps to claim it. This is going to be it, guys. Good to dollar cost average, says Rico. Absolutely. You can buy all of these cryptos also on Bybit on spot to accumulate. Dollar cost averaging. I am dollar cost averaging right away. Andy, teach us harmonics, says Muqtadi. Absolutely. Harmonics is super important. There's a very nice one on ADA that we just spoke about. ADA has a high probability trade scenario at 48 cents. Let's see if we do manage to get up there. Let's see if it does manage before we come and claim here the lows of 42 cents. Are we going to manage to have that leg up? It will be absolutely phenomenal. That is a high probability trade here to claim the lows on ADA. Explaining that massive confluence that there is at 48 cents for a potential short if it does retrace up there. Guys, thank you very much for the live stream. Thanks for joining. I think I'll be doing another live stream. Stay cautious. We do have some news events. Where I check my news is at Trading Economics. Okay, I think it's tomorrow. We do have Jerome Powell having a speech at 3:10 Central European time. And today we also have some US news, balance of trade of July, 2:30. We could see a little bit of volatility here, some US news at 2:30. Might be a little bit of volatility. Stay protected with your trading opportunities. Check out the Bitcoinsensus website for the latest technical analysis ideas and news events that we do post here. It's totally free information. Join all our socials down below, guys. Join the Telegram to interact with the community. And I will see you in the next one.